What's going on, Supermariopoke subscribers and viewers? This is ManoSteele93 here, bringing you a guest narration for one of his cool NU battles. My boy SMP is out of commission right now, I think with a cold or something, but he says he's going to be off, so I'm like, you know what? I wanted to guest narrate one of his tourney battles for him, but I'm just like, whatever. He sent me this instead to narrate. So it's all good. This is an NU match against a cool dude named theBob650. So let's just jump right into the match. You may notice that there's some super cool music going on in the background. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's from Crystal. Anyway, just ignore it. So, they both lead up with Sand Slash. He leads up with the Shadow. Predicting the Stealth Rock, he probably just goes right into Chatot, but he actually goes for the Poison. And what? Poison on the Sand Slash? That is some funky stuff. But that actually works out for Supermariopoke, because he actually is able to encore him into that Toxic, so that he can force the switch, as you'll see coming up, and actually get up a free nasty plot on the switch. Heck yeah, I think Momentum, SMP, heck yes. Unfortunately, he will switch out into this Lunar thing. You know, not really that big of a threat. Even though it does carry the extreme speed, it shouldn't really KO at that range, but unfortunately he does get a crit, so that Chalar thing is going down. Sucks big time. Anyway, switches into this Hypno Ray thing. Really bulky, just considering how he took a Seed Bomb rather well, is able to set up a sub, and now safely behind that sub he's going to be able to fire off a Focus Punch. Oh, you see him? Focusing. Oh, he gonna die. He gonna die? I think he gonna die. Is he gonna die? Oh, take damage, and... Oh! Focus Punch. Yeah. And there's no way, no chance in hell that Lunar is surviving the Focus Punch from a Poliwrath. So down it goes. So off to a solid 5-5 for both ends. So Bob's doing pretty good. Supermariopoke's doing pretty good. Switches into this Meganium here. Supermariopoke decides just to, you know, stay in, fearing maybe like the Reflect, or maybe even the Leech Seed. Just go for a substitute. He actually just goes right for the attacking moves, goes for the Energy Ball. And so Supermariopoke's just like, you know what? F it, this Hypno's probably going to die next turn. I'm just going to leave him in so I can get a safe switch off. Decides to stay in, goes for the Ice Punch. Meganium actually takes it rather not so hot. Like, well, gets a crit. That probably really mattered. That did like a poop ton to the Meganium. Holy crap, Meganiums are usually really bulky. I'm assuming the Bob predicted the switch and went for the Leech Seed, but he actually, you know, that didn't really work out that well, considering how he took a butt ton of damage. Seriously? He goes for the Focus Punch here, just, you know, like, I'm not sure if he predicted the switch enough, but it actually works out really well. He does go for the switch. Great prediction on his part. Focus Punches his other Poliwrath right in the face, like, right in the swirl. I'm not sure if that's, like, you know, if that, like, hurts him like, I don't know, like, if you got hit in the swirl, and, like, your swirl was, like, your face, you'd be hurting. I don't know about you. Anyway, he decides he's like, you know what, get out of there, switch into his Shadow here, just feel like, you know, being able to take anything that this Poliwrath is going to be able to throw at it. Brick Break does, like, laughable damage to the Shadow. Supermariopoke makes a great play here, switches, he bluffs, the switch into a Shadow, like, bluffs and lures out the, Waterfall, but he actually doesn't go for the Waterfall. So he's not going to be able to get that Water Absorb on there. I think that's what Poliwrath has. I'm pretty sure it's Water Absorb. I'm pretty sure that's what he was going for. But he actually goes for the Bulk Up. And that kind of sucks, because now his Poliwrath's, like, you know, not be able to do dick to it. Goes for the Focus Punch, just in case he decides to, like, you know, goes for a substitute, use another Bulk Up. But he will go for the Brick Break, and with a +1 under his belt, that is indeed going to KO. So, things aren't looking too hot for him. For Supermariopoke right now, but he does have this Muffins. I'm assuming a Life Orb Haunter that will be able to take out that Poliwrath with Post Haste. And yep, that Poliwrath just goes down. It just dies. No, like, Haunter's amazing in NU. That's so pro. He switches into his Ninetales, and this Ninetales is gonna set up a Calm Mind, and it's probably like, oh man, what am I gonna do? I might as well just explode! And down, and it dies. That Ninetale dies, and the Haunter's just like, as he dies. So switches into Sandwich Please, and it's like, bitch, get me a sandwich. Switches back into his Meganium. I'm not really sure what kind of Gardevoir sandwich thing this is, but it does, like, a lot. It does a lot of work, as you can see coming up. He just goes right for the Psychic. I'm gonna assume that it's Scarfed, because it seems to outspeed a lot of things. And outspeeding a lot of things is good in Pokemans, if you haven't noticed yet. Just goes for the second Psychic, gonna take out that Meganium. Even though it got Leech Seed up, really not that big of a deal. Now he's down to his last 2 pokes, and I'm pretty sure SMP is down to his last 3. I haven't really been keeping count. I'm pretty sure he's down to 3. Goes for the Psychic. That Psychic is gonna do like a poop ton, excuse me, to that Sandslash. Oh my gosh, that does like a poop to a Sandslash. That Sandslash, like, Earthquake. Oh my gosh. Really? That did like a butt ton. Anyway, so now tides have turned. And so now what is Supermariopoke gonna do? Just go for the Psychic. Of course. Just kill that Sandslash. Kills. Deads. You dead. You dead. So now he's down to his last poke, and it's the Ampharos. And Supermariopoke is just gonna get the freak out of there, because most Ampharoses are very specially bulky, and can take special attacks quite well. He's definitely going to need that for later, so he switches into his Munchlax, Fizzy Lax Dust, hahaha, get it. So he goes for the Discharge, we'll get the Parahacks, but on Munchlax, you know, really not that big of a deal. Goes for the, whatchamajigget, the Focus Blast misses, goes for the turn, really not that big of a deal. Munchlax is bulky enough as it is that it could probably take a couple of those pokes. It's looking like it's going to be maybe like a 3 or 4 or 5 or even 5 hit KO with the return with the leftovers, depending on if Munchlax is going to get the Parahack Zors or not. Focus Blast hits the second time, does a lot. Like, a lot, wow. Return, it's not going to be able, it's not putting him in KO range for his Gardevoir, so, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen here. So it goes for this Focus Blast, second Focus Blast, will indeed KO that Munchlax Zors. I'm surprised that this Ampharos is, like, purely attacking. Usually, most Ampharos, like, will set up some sort of screen and reflect, or even, like, do some sort of crazy support thing. So, Sandwich Please, get me a sandwich, bitch, does carry the hidden power Ground. Wow, that's something you don't see that often. But oh my gosh, the Ampharos lives with like -2 HP, a barrel sliver of health left, and he will be able to KO his Gardevoir. But, oh wait a second, what was the first poke they sent out? Oh yeah, Shadow the freaking Hedgehog. So that is a good game, definitely gonna outspeed, definitely gonna kill with that Earthquake. So that is a good game. Bob, what's your face? Bob650, the Bob650. So yeah, that's pretty much the game right there. I'd say a pretty good ending match. I don't know about you, but I had fun watching it. I had fun narrating it. So that's pretty much it. Keep on subscribing to SMP. Check out my channel if you want to go check out the Bob's channel. It should be in a little linky thing, maybe in the description if you look down there. Yeah, so go check that out. That's it, you guys. Peace out.